I know a guy who chases people all around the yard, and he sometimes chases them all the way to this table. He's one of our favorites. He's in a new team. He's a veteran. He's an OG. He's an unk, and he's one of our friends for the Atlanta Falcons. Matthew Judon. What's up, Judon?
Hey. Judon. Look at him go.
Hey, we're in LA with it.
We're in LA, Judon. Get out here.
All right, so, dude, we got so much to catch up on, and we've been trying to run you down, and I know you've been busy, and you've been moving and everything. You're one of our friends, our brothers, who's been here with the table for us as a host, as everything. Let us in. You're now in Atlanta. You got the biggest logo I've ever seen next to you. How does it feel? Are you born again?
Yeah, y'all moved, I moved. It's just
just like that.
It's just a little bit new, man. It's just a little bit new. I'm just learning on the go. I don't really get no OTA days and no slow days to just sit back and like go over one call every day and be like, all right, these are the only 5 calls we running. By the time I got here, the whole defense was in. So everything new, and you got to learn the city, get a feel for the city, where I'm going to eat, where I'm going to take somebody. So I'm loving it, though, so far.
I can tell that your body language and your smile. Like, let's make sure we cover our bases first, though. We're going to get the red sleeves, right? Like all day, away, home,
sure,
everything?
For sure. Yeah,
man.
You were only going to go to a team that had red in it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that at that point, that's only, you're only
Purple
was
you know
awkward.
what?
You went Patriots to Falcons.
I could switch it up. I think I can switch it up, but I think red's just fitting. You know, I ain't have to change too much. Just a number change.
All right. Well, since you're there new to Atlanta, you got to make sure you stop by Friedman's to get you some custom shoes, dress shoes. Cool. All the guys go there.
Shaq's old spot.
Shaq's old spot. They make shoes all the way up to like size 26, so you're good there. But, talking football, you and Justin Simmons, you guys are set to make your Falcons debut Sunday against the Steelers. Now, when you look at Pittsburgh Steelers offense, how do you approach week one with there's limited game tape on what you're expecting?
Yeah, it's a limited game tape, and it's a lot of unknown. And that's a lot when you go into the first game. So it's a lot of unknown. They're going to throw wrinkles in there that we haven't seen. There's going to be some trick plays that they've been working on. And, Coach T, keep it innovative. Like he been doing this for a long time. And so it's going to be new. We just got to go in there and play with fundamentals and discipline. And I think that's the biggest thing right now for us. Just be fundamentally sound and be disciplined and just play 1-11, and it'll take care of itself.
Matt, look, it's not often that you get access to a team during a trade like the one that you went through, but the Bears Hard Knocks had cameras on the Bears front office as they were inquiring about a trade for Matthew Judon. What was really interesting was that you ultimately chose to go to Atlanta for reasons that were financial, but of course, I'm sure it also has to do with the team that you're joining. Two-part question. One, was it weird to have those cameras reveal your personal plans? And two, why Atlanta over Chicago?
You know what? I ain't never watched Hard Knocks, so I haven't even seen it. But this place, when I got here, I really didn't know too much about it. I know, obviously, what Georgia is and Atlanta is, and, watching Mike Vick grow up and stuff like that. But, I just talked to Terry and Coach Ra, and I felt like it would fit me a lot. And they got the opportunity to talk to me. I didn't get the opportunity to talk to the Bears. And so I thought, they reached out when the Patriots gave them permission to, and it was a place that, I felt that I'd be comfortable in. I think that's a big thing about when you playing this game. You want a little familiarity and comfortability wherever you go. And I thought that, that Atlanta could provide that. But one thing, you know, that I really don't like is the traffic, bro.
I-85? Yes.
The traffic crazy, but besides that, but the team itself, how it's ran, the organization, the people around the building, they really stand up people, and they making the transition easy and smooth for me.
So, Judon, you know how this show works. We're just going to let you in. We don't try to hide that stuff. We just speak plainly. I spoke a lot about the end of your time with New England. I think you've been the best player on the Patriots for 2 years, maybe 3 years. I don't know why they would not do everything they could possibly do to keep you there. Now, this whole thing played out. It was in the media a lot. There's video of you and Coach Mayo during practice, and people are talking about it on all the shows. How will you look back on your final days as a Patriot?
With Joey, it's like y'all saw that, and you know, me and Mayo was just talking. Like that's how we talk. But in the locker room, we was joking around. In our, you know, our position room, you know, we got to play music there. The guys there, you know, the last practice I had, it was against the Eagles. And just to watch the way that like Jabril play or Bent play or Thug play, and you know Jay Jones, he still owed me a ride in his plane, and so like I won't look back and have one negative thought about that play or one negative memory about that place, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people focus on. A lot of people focus on the negative, and that's just how we wired. That's how our brain works. It's like, even in football, we remember the plays that we mess up more than, you know, the plays that we get. But I'm not going to look back and think like, oh, man, I wish I didn't get traded, or, oh, man, like I wish I would have stayed there. It's like, this is where I'm supposed to be, bro. This with God. This where on the path that God put me on. Okay. And we all have things that come up in our life that we like, no, this is how it's supposed to go. Yeah. You know, in my football career, I wasn't never supposed to leave Baltimore in my head. But, you know, right now I'm an Atlanta Falcon, and I want to embrace and just be where I'm at.
Judon, one of my favorite things about you is you're such a chameleon. You can meet anybody, sit at any table, go to any locker room. You get along with people, you get to know them, and you just slide right into that spot. So right around the time that you got traded, it was Kirk Cousins' birthday. It's your quarterback now, okay? And then the internet went aflame when Kirk Cousins' playlist came out at practice, at Falcons practice that day. Were you there that day? How much did you judge Kirk Cousins' playlist, and what grade do you give it?
No, Kirk low-key had to smash it. I think, you know, it wasn't, even though it wasn't hip-hop, but you know they played Kryptonite. Crazy. He had some scratches on that thing. I love it. And you know, me and Kirk are Leo. I had to fly on my birthday, and 2 days later it was Kirk's birthday. So, you know, just blending in, being a chameleon, that's just come from my background, my family. Is just something we do. But coming here and just getting to meet the guys and seeing the guys. So I give Kirk playlist like a B+. B+. That's decent. It was like some old school, like 2000s.
Yeah.
It was real 2000s.
It was old school. It was old school.
Yeah. So, Judon, you just hit us with a horoscope for both you and Kirk Cousins. You're both Leos. I think you're on August 15th. He's the 19th. Tell us the personality of a Leo. Why are you and Kirk Cousins getting along now in Atlanta?
You know, I think we just hard workers, leaders, amongst a lot of leaders. And then we also just know how to talk to people. You know, we like you said, we just blend in. We know how to talk to people. And sometimes we might disagree or agree, but we're going to let our opinions hurt. So I think that's one thing that we do.
Hey, I got to go back and give you your flowers real quick, because when we started this, you were talking about our move, and you said, when you move, I move, just like that. I got that, man. You moved to Atlanta. You start putting on Ludacris. I see what you did there. That was smooth.
And I'm waiting for the Ludacris verses, man. Ludacris, I don't know maybe
who
Ludacris versus T.I. We need that verse.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your playlist? I know, like, now that you're in Atlanta, what's the place? Does the playlist change for you?
No, the playlist don't change. I'm still heavy R&B. I'm a huge Brent Faiyaz fan. JID reached out when I got traded, so shout out to him. He a Georgia guy, Atlanta guy, and it's a lot of, like, right now, like, Atlanta is the mecca of music right now. So this the new school Motown. So we listen to everything from gospel to rock and roll to new age hip hop to old school hip hop. I was listening to the what is it? Who's saying to the hip hop? I put that on in the locker room the other day, man. So,
Sugar Hill Gang. Yeah. That was
Sugar Hill Gang. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Do you know Russ? Not Russ Wilson. Do you know the artist Russ? He's Atlanta. RUSS. He's
yeah.
He's unbelievable. He's on SoundCloud and all that. Like, very good. And again, not on a label. Like, independent. Atlanta's got a whole music scene going. It's very cool. Speaking of independent and going his own way, like, we love Bijan on this show.
Talk about it.
You get to see this kid every day in practice. Maybe I'm just over my skis here. I said he's going to be the #1 fantasy player in all of football. I think he's going to be the best running back in football. Am I going too far here? You've seen him up for close. How special is Bijan Robinson?
No, I think you're right on point. I think attention to details, and every time he touched the ball, regardless of, we're not tackling right now, but he takes it to the end zone every time. And that's just vision. Now he getting the feel of, where the safety's coming down from, where the help tackler's coming down from. And I think just him being focused and him being locked in, that's a scary thing, especially behind his offensive line. And so they're going to give us a lot of help. We got tight ends that can block. We got wide receivers that's willing to block. And, just knowing who they have in the backfield, knowing who's getting the ball. And I think him and Algier as a 1-2 punch, it's like, all right, if Bijan get tired or if Algier get tired, it's no drop off. And so I think, him being a #1 fantasy back, it's also going because we can lean on somebody else to get the rock and we still can churn yards out the run game.
That's the man right there. He is 10 toes down. He is 3 doors down. Yeah. WPCH Atlanta, we love you. Judon, we got like 10 seconds, but just say goodbye. Plug your restaurant. Yeah, I know you got a spot. What's the spot?
Oh, my restaurant in Dallas. We got a big screen. We show all the games. The game going to be on tonight. It's downtown, right next to American Airlines Center. So if y'all want to come out to 9 Kitchen and Lounge, had a fried green tomatoes. That's my favorite thing. Ooh. And then y'all know I don't drink, so I got handcrafted lemonades.
Come on now.
Come on.
Lover.
Handcrafted lemonade.
When he moves, you move just like the handcrafted lemonade, fried green tomatoes, and Atlanta Falcons football. Judon, you're the best.
Amazing.
Love you, man.
Awesome interview.
Go have a hell of a season.
That.
Good luck, big guy.
All right,
Good seeing y'all.
Judon.
Come out to the table in L.A. when you're done with the season, all right?
Judon,
I
come out
got
to the
y'all,
table.
man. Y'all know I love LA.
Yeah.